Praise 102.5, Atlanta's inspiration station. We are live from the BMW studios. Listen, today we have a very, very, very special guest. He is a Grammy Award-winning producer with 20 Grammy nominations, member of the prestigious Over 1 Billion Streams Club, 30-time Stellar Award winner, and I can go on and on and on. This man is a complete legend. Please welcome the one and only Mr. Donald Lawrence. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Now, first and foremost, we got a little something in common.
Well,
So you from the Gas House?
I'm from Gastonia. Yeah. I was born in Charlotte, but I grew up in Gastonia at least till like high school.
Yeah. So I call Charlotte home.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
from Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh yeah, you know I'm great friends with the Merles. I used to
Yeah.
spend my summers in Wilmington.
Wow, I
Absolutely.
didn't know
Yeah,
that.
we're pretty much like siblings. I used to come and spend summers with Arnett and her family. All that.
Wow.
You know they live really right around the corner from Michael Jordan.
Yes, off of Gordon Road.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
familiar.
I used to come
Wow.
there every summer. Absolutely.
That is amazing.
I didn't know
Now, I
that.
knew you was from the area.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I do.
I probably know some of your people for real. Like,
I have a lot of family in Carolinas, like both Charlotte.
that.
I mean, South and North Carolina. Tons of family.
I
Absolutely,
love
yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
love that. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. But you're here
Yeah.
in Atlanta. Yesterday was the BMI Trailblazer Gospel Music Awards.
Oh, yeah.
It was phenomenal. We
Thank
got
you.
to honor a great man. What was your take back on that?
It was great to honor a legend like John P. Key. You know, his catalog is incredible. You know, they throw around the greatest of all time a lot, but he is that. Now, he deserves that for real.
Yeah.
You know, growing up in Carolina, of course, I knew John before he even became the John that we know. So I remember him from high school. He had a choir called the Combination Choir.
Combination.
And it was like him and Sarah, Deborah Clyburn, Paul Hicks, and Marvin. It was a couple of them that were his crew when he started out. So I've watched his whole career like grow. You know, it was incredible. And it was very inspiring to a lot of us there because he kind of hit the scene before me, maybe like almost 10 years before. So, you know, it was really great to see what he did coming from that area because that wasn't common for people to rise to that level of success in the music business there because the music business wasn't in the Charlotte kind of North Carolina area like that. I mean, of course, Shirley Caesar was out, but it wasn't really a lot of people that had hit the scene hard that. But it was always incredible singers there. Like they just have the most incredible, especially lead vocalists. So he was a great inspiration for all of us to see it could be done coming from that area. So
I love that. And if you weren't in the room yesterday, I could tell you knew everybody loves John P. Key.
Oh, yeah.
Like the love, like genuinely.
Yeah,
Was
absolutely.
such a feel-good
He inspired
moment.
so many people.
Yeah.
Like inspired so many vocalists, urban and gospel. Like
Absolutely.
he really, really was that guy. You know, he's a rock star for real. Yeah.
It's so funny that you mentioned urban because we had Jacquees up here a couple weeks ago, and he did I asked him to sing because he's working on a gospel project.
Okay, yeah.
And I said, man, sing something gospel, and you know he went straight to John P. Key.
Yeah, he inspired
He
a
sung
lot of
Stand.
he inspired a lot of
Yeah.
the male R&B vocalists for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
I love that.
yeah.
I love that. Hey, listen, you got new music out.
Oh yeah.
New music. Let's talk all about it. First of all, let's go back a little bit for Words. Because
Okay.
you released Words.
Yeah.
And I know you got a full project coming down the road. Let's talk a little bit about Words and what inspired you to write that record.
Words really is it was a song I had really in kind of like in the vault that Blanche asked me could she do, and I was like, I guess this is a great time for that. Words is really about understanding the power of words because I think sometimes we let our words slip out loosely, and I'm always teaching the spiritual side of it or the spiritual psychology side of it that when God made man, he made us a living soul. That's usually when they say he breathed the breath of life in us and we became a living soul, that's it. But living soul is loosely translated as a speaking spirit. So we were always created to speak. I mean, even when you talk about the scriptures, when you say, in the beginning was the word was with God, and the word was God. God is word. We are his offspring, so we are word. So when we speak, our words really do, if you do it enough, you will see what you say happen.
Yeah.
So I'm always getting people to guard their words. And during this time when it's just so much hate is everywhere, I'm always saying, you know, instead of harming people with your words, encourage people with your words. And that's what that song is really about. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in the Father's sight. May the words I speak touch somebody's life. And that's really what that whole song is about.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And then you just following it up with another record.
Oh yeah, El
Yeah,
Shaddai.
yeah.
El Shaddai. El Shaddai is really like an old song that I pulled out, featuring Pastor Rodney Posey, a really great singer and friend for years from Cincinnati. I think it's just a good praise song bump
Absolutely,
that
yeah.
praise teams can sing as well as choirs. You know, it's just that mix of both. It's a great groove. We recorded it live in London. Both of those songs we recorded live in London.
Yeah.
And the choir, what I always want everybody to know, it's about 800 voices. It's a mass choir,
Woo!
but 85% of them are Europeans. They're not even black.
Wow.
Yeah, they're people. That choir is made up of people from Spain, from Latvia, from Ireland, from France, from the UK, from Italy, from Norway, from Sweden, from Switzerland, Geneva. Like it's a mix of everybody. I did a track around Europe, like maybe starting in 2017, and I went and visited a lot of the really good choirs, did master classes with them, and I told them that I was getting ready to do this big conference. It was the Music and Arts Global Conference, which is an extension of what Edwin Hawkins put together years ago called Music and Arts Seminar.
Okay.
He wanted me to, before he passed, he made me promise that I would take it on and move it forward. So I relaunched it in Europe, and getting it relaunched, I just went and visited a lot of places, and they all showed up in London, and we all just kind of had a great 3 days of singing and socializing and fellowship. I call it inspiring the next generation of choir creatives.
I love it. Only Donald Lawrence could do something like that. If you're going to take something from already a legend and then you just amplified it.
Yeah, I had to find my footing in it.
Absolutely.
If you know me, I'm really introverted. So when he asked me, I said, Edwin, I'm really not the conference guy. Like, I come and support you, but to lead it, I'm like, so he said, Donald, promised me, and I really saw him like 4 days before he passed away, and I wanted to keep my word. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, and that's going to be on the new album, Global Love Alive London.
London.
When can we expect that?
It's coming out May 2nd, actually.
Okay,
and it's
cool.
like an extended EP, like about seven or eight songs.
Okay.
We had an incredible time. Just showing the musicianships, talking about the songs where they came from. Actually, I did a tribute to LaShawn Pace.
Awesome.
And her daughter came and sang.
Wow.
So I brought Ariane over. She sang, and man, it sounded like the same voice coming out of her. So she's an incredible. So shout out to, I call her my niece, Ariane. She did an incredible job. It was just a really good time. Really 8 great mass choir songs that I think was really good. It was a really good time,
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that you do, because you've been in the industry for a while, you've mentored and worked with a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. We felt that. Yeah. What does your legacy mean to you when you're at the end of your career? What is something that you want to look back and say, this is what I'm most proud of?
I think the one thing that I'm going to say that I'm most proud of is that I can look back and I can say, hey, I gave them wisdom to get started, like an Anita Wilson or Dwayne Woods or Jonathan Nelson or Jason Nelson, or like a lot of people don't know, like I edited probably the first 2 to 3 singles of Todd Dulaney.
Wow.
Or I've edited songs for Rashawn Mitchell, or I did stuff for JJ Harrison. Like those are things that I just did in a cut that people don't really know. Wow. A lot of people don't know that I probably produced all of the Hezekiah records from like maybe early 2000 to I did Lift Him Up, I did Grateful, I did Faithful, I did I'm Sold Out, I did Every Praise, I did God Favor Me, I did like all of those records. Like I co-produced all those records with him, like for the last maybe 15 years. Just quietly.
Just hearing you talk about that, do you ever think to yourself, because I think sometimes we being in the industry, we do things and we just keep moving along. Do you ever take the time to just sit and say, look, I've been blessed enough to do these things? Like, because we know who you are, but do you know who you are that way?
I don't know that. I mean, I think I do, and then I think I don't. I think I'm just so about the work getting done that I really never do it. I'm starting now to really make sure I take a moment and inhale and take moments in. I missed a lot of them growing up because I just was such a taskmaster. Master. I just wanted to be right for who I was working for. I just wanted it to be right and be done well. And so I stayed so into the work, and then by the time it was done, it was on to the next thing.
Absolutely.
So I never really took a lot of time to take in some moments that I should have taken in,
You know what's crazy about that? I spoke to a lot of people, especially in the gospel industry, but a lot of people say the same thing.
Really?
we're so on to the next a lot of
Yeah,
times. You know what I mean?
You don't get time
We
to
don't
just
sit in it.
inhale and take in. You take
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm learning too. is
Yeah,
to take the time to sit in it.
Yeah, because you wake up and the time is gone. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah.
Exactly. What is something that that you would be doing if it wasn't for music? Because I feel like you are one of those artists, and I was talking about this off air. I was like, he's one of those artists we know his catalog, his music catalog. But like who is Donald Lawrence? Like, what is something Donald Lawrence, or what is something you would be doing outside of music that people would be surprised to know?
You know what? Honestly, I'm just like, my DNA is just art. It's the art. I
Right,
tell people
okay,
that all the time.
okay.
It's just music.
Yeah.
If there was anything I would do other than music, it still would be in the arts. It would probably be fashion. I love
I can
fashion.
see that. Absolutely.
My height though really is like theater. So, but it's still like in art. That's what I was going to do. I wasn't planning on the career that I have. That wasn't the career I planned for.
Yeah,
I planned on
yeah.
doing Broadway.
I can see that, absolutely.
So, I think everything in the arts. I do have a passion for. I have a passion for like what I consider like speaking in a little bit, but I have to get that together. But I do like public speaking. I enjoy really dealing with mental health and really teaching
good.
people how to think well and find like what I call spiritual psychology, like a way of like doing life and understanding things that happen in life. And I usually try to write the songs that way. That's why sometimes my songs feel so much like a therapy session.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that maybe, but really, I'm 100% the artist. I love it all.
I love
like,
that.
I don't think there's anything. I think I was just born to do the arts. I don't
love
think there's
that.
anything else I would do. Yeah,
That's super dope.
Yeah.
Now,
And I never gave myself another choice.
I know
either.
you didn't have a B.
I didn't have a B plan. It was
Wow.
gonna be, I never had a B plan.
Well, your A definitely worked out for sure. Your A definitely worked out. I want to have a little fun with you because I do want to know, like, who you are as a person. If you had to choose one theme song that will represent your life, when they do your biopic, what's the song that they gonna play at the end of the credits that say this is Donald Lawrence? And I know that's difficult for you because
Yeah, that's difficult.
it can be
for
one
me.
of your own.
It don't have to be one of my own. It might not even be lyric. I would tell them to play the Sanford and Son theme.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I was not
That's like my
expecting that
favorite
answer.
sitcom because I love sitcoms. Like I'm really quietly. I'm a quiet comic, really, and people that know me know that. You don't see it out
this
front,
is
but
what I love.
I'm really like a comedian. I'm like a jokester, but quietly. So that would be my theme song because I love that show. I could watch it every day. I know like all the lines, everything.
That's so funny that you said that show because I don't know what's going on with me, but I was telling my wife, I said, I just want to go back and watch old TV shows that I remember seeing pieces of, but never seen the whole thing. And now that we have all these apps, you can actually go and binge. And Sanford and Son was the first one.
I love Sanford.
That is so
love
crazy that you
show.
said
It's-
that.
It's like my favorite sitcom. I like old sitcoms anyway, but I love that show. I think
love
it was
that.
so well written in the dialogue. It's just
I
hilarious.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Actually, the dialogue reminds me of Gastonia. I think that's why I laugh at it so much. It reminds me of Gastonia characters. If you know Gastonia, you know what I'm talking about.
I know Gastonia.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're going to put together a supergroup, the Avengers of Gospel, or let's just say a group surrounded by you. Who would those people be?
Like an ensemble group
Yes.
like that of singers?
Yes.
Ooh. And you want me to put it together with like name the singers, correct?
Yeah,
That's
let's
what-
do you plus 3. So,
plus 3.
yeah.
Wow.
And don't take any offense, y'all. It's all in love.
Yeah. But see, for me, like 3 singers in a group, that's so hard. Oh man.
So it'd be a quartet, if you will.
So if it would be a quartet, it would be if it was a male quartet, then it would be Marvin Winans, Walter Hawkins, Daryl Coley,
Okay.
and it's gonna be Luther Vandross.
I ain't mad at that.
That would be a male quartet for me.
I ain't mad at that.
And I would know how to nuance all of that.
I'm just
now,
saying.
Now, would they ever sing together? I doubt it, but that
Luther
would
is
be
my favorite.
Oh, he's my favorite urban singer hands down.
Mine
no,
too.
No,
Mine
no.
too.
I studied him a lot, especially his approach to background vocals. Like his background vocal science it's a thing to be studied, but I understand it.
Did you see the documentary?
I saw the documentary.
Yeah.
It's funny because the documentary, my senior team said, if that is not you, but I also just did a thing with BMI where myself and Nat Adderley and
awesome.
it was me, Nat Adderley, Wardell. We did a BMI conversation with Nat, and we talked about it. And BB Winans, and BB thinks in the studio, I remind him of Luther too, the way I approach arranging vocals and stuff like that. Because BB and Luther were really great friends. They were really good.
okay.
I never got a chance to meet him, but I studied him a lot.
Yeah.
So for certain styles and approach that I want to do, some of that is, I call it from the Book of Luther. So
The Book of Luther.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I love it. I love it. If you're just now joining us, we are speaking with the one and only Mr. Donald Lawrence.
Yeah.
We're talking about the new music and everything else in between.
BB's probably gonna be mad I added him in that group
You
too.
didn't, but you added his brother, so you got one on
But you
in
have
there.
to know BB. So.
Yeah. I read. Me and BB had some moments up here. And he's a good dude, bro. Good dude.
We're good friends. We're very
love
good friends,
love BB Winans, and we love Donald Lawrence. Hey, the new record is coming out May 2nd, correct?
May 2nd, yeah.
May 2nd, Global Love Alive, London.
Yeah.
We cannot wait to check it out.
Yeah, Global Love Alive, London.
Anything else that's following this? Can we expect a Donald Lawrence
record?
Not only record, but clothing line? Because one of the things about Donald Lawrence is, you mentioned it earlier, one of the things that you probably would be doing is doing
I love the idea of fashion. I mean, that's a whole world of its own. I don't know that I know the business of fashion like that. So tagging and doing it takes so much time to do music. It takes so much time to do theater. It takes so much time to do.
Right.
I think the next thing for me in line would be theater, TV, and film, not fashion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I really want to write for television and film.
I love that.
Yeah, that's one of the things. I'm in the process of doing decks and stuff for shows now, so that's probably the next thing for me. Theater,
love that.
TV and film. Yeah.
I love that. I gotta give a quick shout out because he gonna hurt me if I don't. My brother Rudy Currents told me to tell you what's up.
That's my cousin.
Yes,
man.
yes.
I'm so proud of him. He's just
same.
doing his thing.
Same.
He's I think he's more gifted than me. He's just incredibly gifted. And every time I see him, I just he just got it all the way around. He knows how to it's his singing, it's his playing, his approach to writing. We're very similar when it comes to really being off the beaten path with the way we approach music and stuff, as well as his visuals. He styles all that stuff himself. He really is really brilliant.
I told him that.
He's a total package.
He is a total package.
He is.
And I
He's
told
brilliant.
him,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said, man,
Yeah.
your stuff looks
It's incredible.
top tier.
It's so interesting how DNA works, because I didn't know him. I only met him maybe 15 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't know each other because I didn't grow up knowing my father's side of family, and he's on my dad's side. My grandmother was Currents. She was Nancy Currents.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of where that connection comes from too. Now I don't know. Everybody thinks we sound alike sometimes. We look so much alike. So I don't know. We always say I don't know who we look like to make us look like. I don't know. We don't know who that is. But
y'all have to do, what do they call those things?
Yeah,
the DNA thing.
Yeah.
I would love to see the breakdown.
And
of
it's funny, how down south, especially in the small towns and stuff, they always say, one of our cousins, I always say, y'all might be what they call, it's a very country term, but they call it double cousins.
Double cousins.
Maybe I might be related on our side and another side.
I have a double cousin.
We
I have
look
two.
so much alike. Honestly, if you put me and his brother and him, it'll look like we're like siblings, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah, his brother has that too. Yeah,
that is amazing.
Who is also incredibly talented
He
as well.
is. I love that.
So it's funny,
I love that, man. It's like a full circle.
Yeah,
for
I'm
me
so
right
proud
here.
of him though. So, and thank y'all for giving him so much love.
Yeah.
He just is doing his thing.
He is doing his thing. We are proud of him, and we're excited for you. May 2nd, the new album
Yeah.
drops.
Yeah.
Hey, let the good people know where they can reach you, how they can get it, all that good stuff.
Okay, you can find me on Twitter at Donald Lawrence, Instagram at Donald Lawrence, Facebook at Donald Lawrence Music, and at Donald Lawrence on more personal Facebook, TikTok at Donald Lawrence. Yeah.
And I follow you on Facebook and Instagram, but on Facebook in particular, your little dog.
Oh, my dog. Everybody asks me about my dog. She's like her own little celebrity.
I see. I love it. I love it.
Deja. Yeah, she's a mini cockapoo, and she is full of it. She runs it. She is. Yeah, she's at home. I can't bring her out with me because she won't let nobody hold her if I'm around, so I could never get no work done. So
Gotcha.
I leave. She has a great sitter, and she's with her sitter.
I love it. I love it. Donald Lawrence, everybody, May 2nd, go grab Global Love Alive London. Keep it locked. Much more is on the way. It's praise.
Yeah.